Hot football news update for July 9th, bringing you a wave of cannot-miss action. Messi continues to show his absolute class, leading the best 11 for the round of 16. World Cup 2026. Erling Haaland is confident and ready to crush England before their big quarterfinal, the most anticipated match. On the other hand, an unprecedented crash in World Cup ticket prices thanks to Ronaldo. Let's dive right into the biggest headlines making waves this morning. Messi leads the team of the round. Despite missing a crucial penalty, the genius still shocks by making the best 11 for the round of 16. World Cup 2026. Scoring a 9.3 from SofaScore, the 39-year-old did not just score a goal and provide an assist, but also led the tournament in creating big chances 6 times, alongside some seriously impressive dribbling stats. His incredible performance and relentless work rate defensively helped him secure the Player of the Round honors, standing proud alongside his fellow Argentina stars, Cuti, Romero and Landro Paris. The Haaland also dominates this elite 11, earning 9.1 points with a brace against Brazil, alongside explosive displays from superstars like Bellingham and Anahi. The squad from Morocco proved dominant, fielding 3 key players, including Anahi, Hakimi, and Marawi, matching Argentina's tally. The remaining spots are filled by Kobel, Upamecano, and Thekatelari, completing a perfect 4-3-3 formation, wrapping up a highly dramatic and unpredictable round of 16 at World Cup 2026. World Cup quarterfinal ticket prices are crashing. Interest in the upcoming quarterfinal matchups at World Cup 2026 is tanking hard, after to massive money-making giants, the host nation USA and Cristiano Ronaldo of Portugal, were knocked out early. According to data from TickPick, the cheapest tickets for the upcoming matches have plummeted by nearly 60%, from $2,950 down to $1,200 in just a single day. The sudden absence of these big names has caused fan demand to completely collapse, dragging the commercial value of the entire tournament down with it. This trend is glaringly obvious through extreme fluctuations on the secondary market as ticket listings skyrocketed to nearly 50,000 tickets. Data from TickPick shows that average quarterfinal ticket prices have plummeted by over 50% in just 3 short days. This double blow from defeats of the US and Portugal not only cooled down the energy in the stands, but also created a massive headache for the organizers on how to keep the hype and cash flowing through the final stretch of the World Cup. Haaland is ready to bring misery to England. Erling Haaland is quickly becoming the ultimate nightmare for England, heading into the 2026 World Cup quarterfinals. Though he was born in Leeds and still has deep connections to English football, yet the striker chose to play for Norway, the homeland of his parents, and is currently in absolutely devastating form, scoring 7 goals across 5 matches in this tournament. Following a historic victory over Brazil, the striker born in 2000 is bursting with confidence to pull off a miracle for Norway. This highly anticipated clash gets even more intense because Haaland knows every weakness of the defenders. From the 3 Lions after years in the Premier League, having already bagged 11 goals against the players currently standing in England's defensive line, like John Stones or Maguire, Haaland is now considered a massive threat, directly to the title-winning ambitions of the manager, Thomas Tuchel. Although the FA tried hard to convince him to play for the English national team, the forward remained determined to represent Norway and is ready to crush the very country of his birth. European MPS demand an investigation into FIFA, the highly controversial decision to lift the suspension for the striker, Florin Balogun of the US team before their match against Belgium in the round of 16 at the 2026 World Cup is sparking intense fury. Currently, 35 members of the European Parliament have officially signed a petition demanding to launch a full investigation targeting the FIFA president, Infantino. The members of Parliament allege that Infantino completely bowed to heavy political pressure from the US President, Donald Trump, which has completely distorted the integrity and basic fairness of the tournament. Very seriously, FIFA insists that this decision came strictly from their disciplinary committee. However, the use of a certain and obscure clause to make a special exception for Balogun, despite the tournament rules strictly forbidding appeals on penalty cards, has now faced harsh criticism from both UEFA and the Belgian Football Federation. The European MPS have strongly emphasized that, if the rules are actually changed simply to serve raw political interests, the true spirit of sportsmanship will completely vanish. Right now, the push to investigate Infantino's personal role is continuing to heat up right now, directly threatening the very credibility of FIFA at this highly prestigious tournament on the planet. Meanwhile, the Egyptian coach caused chaos, challenging Scaloni. The raw tension following Egypt's painful 2-3 comeback loss to Argentina in the round of 16 at this World Cup has not just stopped at a formal complaint to FIFA. The Argentine press, specifically TIC Sports, has just released some truly shocking footage from inside the tunnel, showing that the Egyptian head coach, Hassan Hassan of Egypt, sparked an incredibly chaotic scene and directly challenged their head coach, Lionel Scaloni. In the recorded video footage, right after a huge shouting match erupted, head coach Hassan Hassan actually began shouting loudly and acting in a highly aggressive way as Scaloni walked past him. Even though the Argentine manager chose to, they ignored it, staying calm to avoid escalation. Yet his Egyptian counterpart continued acting out, forcing security personnel to step in. Coach Sam Hassan keeps throwing out relentless allegations that the game was rigged, using this provocative attitude to spark a massive wave of fierce public backlash, further tarnishing the image of a match that was already highly controversial. Meanwhile, the FBI is actively investigating the Argentine Football Association's finances, right as Argentina was enjoying their hard-fought spot in the quarterfinals in the World Cup 2026. Following their dramatic victory over Egypt, a massive legal storm suddenly hit off the pitch. The newspaper La Nación reports that federal agents and the Department of Justice are running a deep investigation into the financial activities of the Argentine Football Association, focusing on AFA regarding the transfer of over $300 million through the United States banking system in recent years. This probe centers heavily on Tourpro Enter LLC, the firm that managed AFA's international commercial agreements with massive global partners like Adidas or Warner. Federal prosecutors are currently working to clarify the legality of these transactions, suspecting clear signs of money laundering and financial fraud. While this federal probe is still in its early stages, and no formal charges have been filed against the current association president, Claudia Tapia, or any other specific individuals, the scandal still casts a heavy shadow over AFA's reputation, especially as the Argentina team is already facing a massive wave of harsh and intense criticism over highly controversial refereeing decisions. This ongoing FBI probe promises to trigger massive legal drama far off the pitch. For the defending World Cup champions, Chelsea might sell Enzo and Garnacho for £210 million after a highly disappointing campaign, where they only finished 10th in the Premier League. Along with a massive shakeup on the coaching bench, Chelsea is planning an incredibly ambitious squad clear-out. According to transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, the Blues are considering parting ways with a key duo, Enzo Fernandez and Alejandro Garnacho, for a total of £210 million. As for Enzo, despite heavy rumors linking him to Real Madrid or Manchester City, Romano insists these giants have not made any official moves to negotiate yet. The future of the Argentine midfielder will hang entirely on the talks between his agent, Javier Pastore, and the club right after the World Cup. Meanwhile, as for Garnacho, Chelsea has slapped a £90 million price tag and insists they will only sell him outright, not loan. The arrival of their brand new manager, Xabi Alonso, will be the absolute key in deciding if this young talent has a long-term future at Stamford Bridge or not. Santos is not rushing Neymar's big return, following Brazil's highly bitter defeat to Norway in the round of 16 at the 2026 tournament. Neymar's immediate future at his club, Santos, remains a massive question mark. Instead of immediately rejoining the squad, the 34-year-old superstar chose to spend some quality time with his family in Orlando, Florida, right after the Brazilian Football Federation, CBF, allowed him to leave the training camp. Right now, Santos is keeping a very cautious stance and has not yet made any official announcement regarding the return date. for the veteran forward's return. According to ESPN Brazil, the club's top hierarchy, led directly by Executive Director Alexander Matos and Coach Cuca, are fully expected to sit down directly with Neymar this weekend to discuss his exact roadmap for training and matches. The prolonged absence of Neymar, this is going to seriously disrupt the roster plans of Santos during their most crucial matches in the upcoming Brazilian Serie A and Copa Sudamericana. And get this is widely seen as the first major move for Neymar in this brand new phase, after making his massive decision to step away from the national squad right after this current World Cup. And that wraps up our latest segment of our daily hot news for today.